think one important lesson that I learned in doing the SMART program and thinking about the timeline of a project is to give enough time at the beginning of the project so that the student has time to read relevant material, and for me to have a lot of conversations with them about the importance of the project and where their specific project fits within the broader research themes that are ongoing in my own work or in the lab they're now part of. I think this is really important because it helps motivate students in learning that what they're doing is really important in advancing our understanding of specific questions.
One of the things that the SMART program taught us to do was to put together schedules for our mentees so that they would know exactly what to expect in terms of their scope of work. And I think for me, in the way that I work, that was one of the more difficult areas because I tend to work intuitively. When I am going through my own work process, things change, and I sort of arrive in the moment and need to adapt what I'm doing to what I've discovered. And that has always been my process of discovery. However, I realized through the SMART mentorship program that can be frustrating for a mentee who needs to have clear direction and clear instructions for their work. So that was one of the more difficult things for me to think through because I didn't really know how the summer was going to go with my mentee and how that might show up. It offered me a chance to think about the places where I can create structure around having no structure. And the ability to communicate clearly how I think that my research process goes to my mentee allowed us to have a really smooth relationship because she already knew to expect that we might change directions, and that didn't throw her off, that I had room within the course of our time together for assessing and readjusting, knowing that that's how I work.
One thing that fleshing out a schedule made me really consider that I hadn't before is what I personally was accomplishing each week and what my schedule was, because I didn't have many models to work off of in this process, so I ended up really thinking about what I was doing and imagining that I was a mentee who would have this kind of timeline to work off of. It ended up inspiring me to ask my own PI for more FaceTime talking about what I was accomplishing, because it helped me to see maybe I wasn't working towards my goals as effectively as I could be, and I wanted more feedback about that. So I think that this process really made me think more critically about my own mentee relationship with my PI.